Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Babbling with Brandi. And today I'm going to start off with, I'm going to start off with making sure that my phone's on Do Not Disturb. And then I'm going to move forward. This is going to be really quick. I'm going to talk about the Reesa Teesa story, right? We all know the infamous Who the F Did I Marry series on TikTok, 51 or 52 parts. I do not know if I listened to every part or not because sometimes I fell asleep and then I would wake up and try and rewind, that type of thing. It was long, it was intense, it was draining, it was exhilarating, it was fun, it was sad, it was funny. I mean, it drew up so many different emotions. The story, as for whoever does not know, this young woman goes by the name of Reesa Teesa on TikTok. Met a guy online um, during right before the pandemic, and decided to uh, do the break with him, the shutdown, the lockdown with this person. And while she was with this person, she calls him Legion, or he goes by the name of Legion. She they fall in love, they go through all these different things together. She discovers that this man is a pathological liar, something like a narcissist. I don't know. He is lying to her about where he works, lying to her about where he lived, who he married, children, um, just just ongoing lies over and over again. And what she discovers about herself in all of this is that she's allowing this to happen. One, because she wants to be in love. Two, because he's paying all the bills. He's putting, he's relieving her of something that she has never felt in her adulthood, which is being able to use her money and spend her money however she decides. She went from paycheck to paycheck to being able to do whatever she wanted with her money outside of paying her car payment and her insurance. So that in itself, if you're not careful, will have you fall in love with somebody. Been there, done that, right? I have a friend who was almost married twice, but I'm not even going to go into that because I'm doing another episode later today with one of my friends. We're going to talk about that part of the Reesa Teesa story. But what I wanted to, for those of you who are familiar with the story, I just wanted to recap what my thoughts were on it and what I came up with as it pertains to this story. I want to pull it up. I should have been pulled it up. I'm sorry. Here we go. That's not it. Oh my God. What is it, y'all? Hold on. I just had it. I'm so sorry. Please don't tell me that it got deleted because that's the only copy I had. Here we go again, fumbling the bag. Mm. Now I don't know why this is over here. Okay, we gotta start over. No, we don't. I could edit that. We back again. Okay, so these are the conclusions that I came up with after watching and thinking about the Reesa Teesa story for several days. People have their own crosses to bear when dealing in relationships. So what I mean by that is they can't, there's no way that somebody would have been able to stop her. There's absolutely no way. She was convinced that he was the one. And because she was convinced that he was the one, even in her apprehension, there was nothing that anybody outside her mother, no one could have said anything to her. She had to learn that on her own. But go back. Now, here is after speaking, of course I didn't speak to her, but after watching the Reesa Teesa story and thinking about it for several days, this is what I came up with. People have their own crosses to bear when in relationships. There is nothing nobody could have said to her that would have made her change her mind about him. Whether somebody would have came to her and said, don't this seem a little strange for him to be doing this already, or for him to be doing this so soon in the relationship, or whatever, she wouldn't have been able to hear him because her mind was made up. Now, people, being loved by your parents does not equate knowing what love looks like when in intimacy. People assume because if you grow up in a 2-parent home, or if you grow up in a very loving home, that you're going to be able to discern and decipher what intimacy, what that type of love looks like when somebody is loving you for real. That's not necessarily the case. If you got a good actor on the scene, you got a good actor on the scene. It's nothing that can be done. A parent, because I can't, because my mother hugged me, my father kissed me, because my father, you may be able to have a higher level of discernment, but if you got somebody like this person, pathological liar, a person that's like clinically diagnosed with this, being able to switch it on and off, like this man was going and falsifying documents and everything, impersonating his twin brother. Who in the real world does that? He was literally doing something that you would see, it was a movie plot, like seriously. So her getting hugs and kisses from her mama as a child wouldn't have necessarily saved her from this. People will always and will continue to use, people will always use, people will continue to use religion to justify their foolish behavior, always and forever. It's gonna always, if a Christian girl, Christian guy gonna always say that person was sent from heaven. Been there, done that. Just because a person is highly intelligent does not equal a high level of self-confidence. I'm gonna say that again. Just because a person has a high level of intelligence and book smarts and even street smarts does not equate to high levels of self-confidence. Do not assume because a person is immensely smart or because they know trivia or whatever it is that you're thinking, don't think that because they know that they're going to be extremely self-confident. Those two things are not one and the same. If you think Reesa Teesa did this for anything other than to jumpstart her journey to heal them. You're just as crazy as Legion. This girl is fighting for her sanity. And she needed to share this to begin her journey of healing. That's what I saw in every part. I was seeing somebody fighting for their life. I've been the person fighting for my life, so I know what that's like. She needed to share that because she felt like she needed to get it off her chest because it felt like a secret, first of all. It didn't feel like this is my private business. That's not what it felt like. It felt like she was keeping a secret from the world, right? So she needed to get that secret out so that she could jumpstart her healing. That's who am I? I'm not a therapist. I just play one on TV. There are so many talented people in the world that will never be recognized for their abilities. Reesa Teesa has a storytelling talent, and that's for sure. And many have proclaimed her voice a national treasure. It's not only her voice, it's the thoroughness that she uses, right? So this woman made sure to say, listen, I'm telling you this for a reason. It's gonna come back. Or pay attention to this because you're gonna hear it again. That was classic storytelling. She made sure that we understood. We were there with her. We were in the building with her. So my hopes is that she parlay her newfound attention and become like a TikTok darling, like a Keith Lee or whoever else. Keith Lee is my only TikTok darling, to be honest. There's others out there, I'm sure. But I would love for her to get into a space where she can get all of these different types of promo deals, brand deals, and all of this, and build the life that she so desires on her own. Get the help that she needs as far as therapy, because when you've dealt with a narcissist, when you've dealt with a pathological liar, when you've dealt with people who have been clinically diagnosed with these mental ailments that could essentially hurt another person, which that's what happened to her. When you deal with that, you need serious therapy and assistance. And my hopes is that she gets that, and then she can move on about life and find true love for herself and true love with her mate, right? With a mate. That's what I hope. I hope she's able to just be able to like just parlay this thing into like some real money, right? And into some real help and get all the help she wants. Finally, let's make sure we do a self-check, right? Make sure our antennas are up. And for my religious people, sharpen your discernment level. Because clowns, they come in all shapes and sizes, and we can clearly see that this week's bozo came in the shape of a legion. Peace. Thanks for battling with me.